This is the Yamaha P125 keyboard with a Yamaha FC5 sustain pedal. The keyboard's attached to the phone with a printer cable and a USB Type C on one end. This allows me to use the Smart Pianist app to extend the functionality. When you open up the app, it will ask you to connect. Do you want to grant permission? Yes. The app has a whole heap of options that make it easier to use the keyboard and to access certain functions. First of all, at the top, you can see different environments: recital hall, concert hall, chamber, and so on. I can show you the nuances. If you start with the default, another great keyboard player. You can adjust the depth of it. So let's max it out and see what the difference is. It's more pronounced. Recital hall. You can also change the piano setting from grand piano to bright piano. Other options you have, the metronome is much more user-friendly. On the keyboard, you can turn on the metronome with the button that's here, but then you have more granular control on the app. For example, you can just select the beats. You can adjust the tempo by increments of 1. You can do that with the keyboard. I just prefer to use the app. You can also control the volume pretty easily. So no double touching of functions with the keyboard. You can decide if you want to use a bell or not use the bell. Other options you have, you can obviously record just like you would if you're using the keyboard. You can choose whether to use the phone or tablet, whichever one you're using, with a phone microphone to receive the audio that you're recording or the music that you're playing, or record it via the cable. Other options is you can have a whole heap of songs if you want to practice playing stuff, right? So you got 50 classical songs, you got lessons, demo songs, there's a music library and things that you've saved. If you go to the classical list and if you just tap it, it loads up and plays right through the speakers. I can't read this, but I'm sure this is going to be useful for almost everybody else who can play much better than I can. But it is useful, very, very useful. And if I do decide to learn how to read sheet music, I can see how this is very valuable. You can obviously stop and rewind and so on. If you go to the song list, pick a song. I prefer to do it this way. So you're playing it on the sheet music. If you wanted to play your right hand only, then you'd see the treble clef only. And if you wanted to play the left hand, you would see the bass clef only. Other options you have would be the different voices you can select. So you could go in here and select the piano grand, which is there. But then you can select electric piano. You get the idea, right? They have the organ, a whole bunch of stuff you can select. You can do that on the keyboard also. It's not as intuitive and you don't know what you're getting. So not sure if you can see this on the camera, but yeah, you can. You see this light changes and it goes from, when you press each one, it jumps from one voice to the other. On the keyboard, there is no display to tell you which one you're playing. Obviously, those who have adept ears, unlike myself, can easily tell what you're playing. But I prefer to see the name of it. Now, I don't use this myself. I just stick with the piano, maybe sometimes the strings. You can also layer stuff on it. So you can put the violin or strings in one. And you can switch it up. Really, really, really useful. I think this app is essential to extend the functionality of this keyboard. If you have a Yamaha, definitely download this app. That's all I got. Take it easy.